Okay, we are being recorded. Okay, so let me just back up. Here, I'm going to pin my picture so you guys can see who's talking because everybody's all over the place. I don't know if that pins it for everybody or just for me. If you want to see me instead of the whole thing, if you don't know Zoom, you can click on speaker view versus gallery view, and that shows you who I am. So welcome, everybody. My name is Roger Webb, and I am a diamond, knocking on blue diamond. Oh, hang on. Stephanie just messaged me. I just need to tell her. She's freaking out because I was freaking out. Okay, we're all good. I'm knocking on blue diamond. I'm super excited about that. And I have been literally shaking all morning learning about the new founders program. Like, holy cow, I'm excited. So hopefully I can even show you some things today that will help support you for that too, if that's something you're working on. So welcome. Thanks for joining me on a Friday afternoon. I still cannot believe we have so many people that wanted to do this. So it shows me there's clearly a need. So what I'm going to walk you through is just the stuff that I use, the stuff that I find valuable, and hopefully if there's questions, I can answer them. So here's what I'm going to ask. If you have a question, please use the chat box rather than unmute yourself, just so we can keep the flow going. I am going to walk you through all of what I'm going to do. I'm going to screen share my office and teach it with you so that I can teach you how to do all that, and then I'll go through and answer questions. So have I ever heard of the back office toolkit? Yes, I have used it in the past. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. So I'm just strictly showing you today how to use the back office as it is, and you can take what I teach you and do whatever you want with it. Hopefully it will be enough to help you guys, and we'll go from there. So I am going to go through my whole training. I'm not the guy that puts together PowerPoints and strategy and plans and outlines. I just get on my computer and teach you, and that's how it works for me. So hopefully that'll help with you, and this recording will be available for you to refer to anytime you want it. I'm going to be posting on my personal Facebook page. I'll post in the diamond page. I'll post it in the silver page. It'll be up so that people can find it. If you want to follow me on my personal business Facebook page so you can have access to that and anything else, go to facebook.com/comfort zones suck. That's my personal business page. Comfort zones with an S on the end, suck. So if you go to facebook.com/comfort zone suck, that's my page. That's where I'm going to be posting the video, as well as a lot of other places. And anytime I have any tools to share or anything that I want to share with doTERRA, that's where I'll post it. So you guys are welcome to follow me there and learn from that. I try not to accept personal Facebook friend requests from just everybody because I want to stay connected with the people that I truly know. And so I prefer people join me there. So just saying that that's what's there. Okay, so I'm going to continue to mute again. If you are not muted, because I know sometimes Zoom gets weird with that and doesn't necessarily do that for everybody. If you find that there's noise, I may have to stop and say once in a while, but I would just prefer that everybody just kind of monitor themselves on mute just so we don't have all the background noises. The things that I've heard on Zoom calls in the background are crazy. And I'm going to be sharing my screen, so hopefully you won't see people getting up and going to the bathroom and cooking dinner and talking to their kids and doing all that at the same time too. All right, so let's jump in and get started. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to put them in chat, and I will answer them when we're done. I'll go through and scroll through them and answer as many as I can. So again, with that also said, I would prefer that you not use chat just for general communication during this. Like, use chat for questions, because if everybody just starts saying, oh, I like this, and oh, that's cool, then it's going to take me forever to go through and find all of the stuff that people have questions about. So with that, let's get started. So I'm going to share my screen so that you can see the back office. So I'm going through this with the idea, I'm going to teach you this as though you are somebody who's brand new to doTERRA. Some of you might already know this, some of you might not. And so I'm going to go through a couple super remedial things, and then I'm going to get in the back office. And I honestly don't know how long this is going to take. I'm planning on an hour. Hopefully it won't take any more than that. So when you log into your back office, simple user 101, if you click on your little picture in the corner, and here's the deal. Let me back up. I was going to use the back office of one of my downline, because, you know, I don't know if I want everybody looking at my back office all over the world, but then I decided I'm going to go ahead and use mine because I want you to see what's real. So I'm a diamond. I'm actually not far from blue diamond, but I also had a few months where I slipped below diamond. And so you're going to see that when we look at my income, and I want you to see some things that are happening in my life, and it's pretty cool. So I'm going to go ahead and share my back office with you so you can see what it looks like when you're a diamond, and hopefully it's not too overwhelming. So when you first log in, the first thing I'm going to show you, because I have had people ask this, is where do you deal with your own personal website stuff? I'm not going to do this about placing orders or any of that. That's not what this training is for. This is about the business. So you're going to go to account profile, and it is going to take you to where you can manage your own website. Some people don't even know they have a website as a wellness advocate, so I'm going back to the very basics here. And if you scroll down, you're going to see, first of all, you have, so go to your, where it says my website, and you can see my site address. You can customize this little spot right here to be anything you want it to be. So if you want to send someone to shop on your retail site, which I don't recommend, or just to browse on your products, then you can put in whatever you want here. So if you go to my.doterra.com/learnabout-EOs, you're going to go to my site. You can upload your picture, you can write a little story and all that kind of stuff. And that's where that is. And I've had people ask me where that is, so I want to show you. So again, under account profile, my website, and this is where you can customize that. Okay, so this is all I'm going to show you on this part of it. So now we're going to go into the back office. So you click on your little picture on the top, click on my office, and it's going to take you to your back office. I'm going to try to slow down. I know I can tend to go a little bit fast. So if I get too fast, then you'll just have to rewatch this and rewind it, because I'm going to go through the best phase I can. So let me show you what look at when you first log in. When you first log in, the top section up here is your own personal volume, your team's volume. Underneath that, you have your fast start checks where you can check them on a rank and see where they're at. And underneath, you see that your primary bonus history. That's how much you make in your calendar month. So you can see here, I was a diamond back here in November, and then I slipped out of diamond because I had a couple legs that struggled. But guess what? I went to Prague and I learned Back to Basics, and I started the Back to Basics program right here, and look at what just happened. And next month's check is going to be even bigger than that, because I just finished out my best month ever in the history of my doTERRA business with 150,000 in volume. So that's pretty exciting. So this is where you see that. But what if you want to see what makes up your check? Okay, if you just click on the little dot, it downloads your commission summary report in a PDF form right to your computer. So if you want to know what made up that $10,636, you just click on the little dot, and it opens up it downloads a PDF to your computer that shows you where all of your commission comes from. So if you want to know how much your Power 3 bonus was and how much all that was, that's how you find that. If I want to know, okay, this fast start check right there, let's see what it is, I can click on that little dot, and it downloads a report showing me what makes up that check. So if you're one of those people, I'm not. I just want to know how much money you're putting in my bank account. But if you're one of those people that cares about where every penny came from, or how much did I make off of this person, or how much did I make off of this person, these reports will tell you that. So while we're on the topic of reports, I'm going to show you something else, and I'm going to skip around because I'm going to try to keep this thematic. So if I'm looking for, let's say that it's the 15th, okay? And on the 15th, we know they run commissions. And I want to know how much my commission check is even before it hits my bank account, because I don't know until it hits my bank account. There is a way to find that out. And it's not going to show up until they run commission, so I usually do this on the evening on the 15th. But if you go up here to Wellness Advocate Services, and you click Account Inquiry, that's going to open up your running account inquiry all the time. And if I'm on the 15th, I can click last month, and I can see right here, oh, hang on, it scrolled through, oh, last month, I forgot we just had a new month. Right here, this would be the amount of my check right here on this bottom box. So if on the 15th, you want to know what your check is before it gets deposited in your account, you go to Account Inquiry, you click on last month, and you look for the big number at the bottom. And that's how much your check is going to be even before it hits your back office, even before it hits your account. So that's just one trick on where you can find that. All right, so now let's go back here. So let's look through, I'm going to show you through each of your sections. So we're going to start with the dashboard. That's where we are right now. This top middle section right now is showing me, I'm going to show you, just because we're on the first, it's not going to show you an accurate report. So I'm going to go back as if we're looking at last month. So let me show you that. So if you want to see what last month was, you go right here and you can look through the last 3 months. If I want to see what March was, I can click on March and it shows me my March. If I click on April, it shows me my April. So last month, I finished the month as Diamond with my $1,500 bonus and my $50 bonus for my next level. But let's say that I want to know, so right here, what it's going to show you is what your current status is. And if I want to see how close am I to blue diamond, let's say I want to see how close am I to presidential diamond, okay? So if I click on that, I know that I have 6 platinums that I need. None of those are blue, so that tells me I don't have any of them. But let's see how close I am to blue diamond. Last month, I had 1 person hit gold. I need 4 more. So this is where you can see where you're at right now. It's going to show you where you're at right now. So if I go to this month, because we just started a new month, right now I'm a consultant because I haven't placed my order yet for the month. But I can see that I have a total of 5,000 in volume right now. And because this little 50 PV thing is gray, that means that I haven't had my qualifying order for this month. So we're going to go back to last month so I can show you how to work with this. Because there's volume there. There's no volume for this month yet, or no stuff. So I can see right now, can somebody do me a favor? Somebody's drawing on the whiteboard, and I don't want to take the time to revoke all of your stuff. So if you can quit drawing on my whiteboard, I would really appreciate it, because I don't have the settings set to be able to fix that for you. So please don't scribble on the screen so we can all watch what we're doing. Okay. Let me just see if I can. I've never had anybody do that for me before. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to stop the share. Sorry. Let me go back to there. Okay. I'm going to clear the screen. Okay, so if everybody does me a favor and does not draw on my screen, well, I'll be better off. Okay, so I don't want to annotate anymore, so we're not going to do that. Okay, so let me go back to where I was. So this shows you where you are right now. Every day when you log in, it's going to show you where you are on this very current moment in progress to your rank. So if you want to see, so let's go, I'm going to go here to where at the beginning of the month. If I want to go and see, okay, how close am I to hitting elite this month? It shows you that you need 3,000 points up here, and my bar is full, which means I've already got my 3,000 points, so I've hit elite this month. If I want to see how close am I to silver, you need 3 elites. They're all white, which means they're not colored in blue, which means I still need to get 3 elites. So that's just a place for you to see where your progress is right now in your business today. Down below here in the bottom of the middle section, you see where you're at for your power of 3. Okay, so we're going to look at 2 things here. The first thing we're going to look at, will somebody please stop scribbling on my screen? Are you going to be like my children and I have to stop you every minute and tell you to quit doing what you're doing? I'm clicking the wrong thing. Sorry about that. This is how you use back office, not Zoom, okay? All right, so please quit scribbling on my screen or I'm going to smack your hands and kick you out of the room. Okay, so power of 3. If I click on filter detail on my power of 3, that's going to show me where I'm at on my power of 3 right now. So this shows you my organization in relationship to power of 3. If the little person is blue, that means that they have a qualifying LRP template set, which means they have a template set for at least 100 points that has not run yet, and that's why it's blue. If their template has already run, like this person here on the left, it's purple. That means that her template has already run for the month, which means she's one person that's already checked off that box of qualifying for my power of 3. Now, if you see right here how it says group volume, if that little person here has the little doTERRA O on their chest, that means that they've also met their requirement of 600 PV. So at the end of the month, in fact, I'll show you, let's just show you last month so you can see what it should look like at the end of the month. So you can see here as this loads, that the little circle on their chest means that they got their 600 points, and purple means they processed a qualifying order. White means that they don't have a qualifying order set up, and blue means they have a qualifying order, but it hasn't run yet. And you can hover over the person and it will show you who it is. So I can see this is my daughter, Corbin. I can see that she had an LRP template of 101 points set up right now, and that her LRP volume for last month was 170 points. And her next LRP is set to process on May 27th. So if you want to know where you're lacking holes, so let's say this person right here, okay, this is Amelia. So if I go to her, I can see, okay, there's some holes here that need filled, okay? She's got some people that don't have templates set up. So that's where I'm going to start working with people on how to see where holes are that need filled in for my power of 3. And you can scroll through this and see where they're at. Right now, my people are doing really, really good with their power of 3. But if yours looks like this one here, If you're careful, if you hover, it blocks it up. So if they're like this, then you can see where someone needs to fill in the gaps for your power of 3. Now let's go back to this month and I can show you some more here. So if I'm on this month looking at my power of 3, I can see where things are set up. So I can see, okay, let's look, this one's got 3, that one's got 3, that one's got 3. I'm trying to find one where, okay. So if I look at this one right here, if you guys can see where I'm circling, this person, Shannon Scott, does not have an LRP template set up, which means she's gonna miss out on her $50 power of 3. So that's a call that I'm gonna make to say, hey, did you know you don't have an LRP template? Which means you're gonna miss out on your power of 3 bonus. I can look for another person like right here. Here's a couple where they only have 2 people set up underneath them to get their power of 3. So I might start focusing on these people and saying, hey, you've only got 2 people currently lined up for your power of 3. If you wanna get it, then you need to add another LRP order underneath that. And this call is not to help you understand the commission structure, so that's for you and your mentor to work out. This is just to learn how to use the back office so you can see what's happening. But if I go back to my dashboard, now I want to know what full detail is. So I'm going to go back to last month because there's some volume there and I can show you. So filter detail is where I look at to see where any holes are. But full detail shows you everyone, whether they've ordered orders or not. So let's just say I'll go back under one of my people who I know didn't get it last month, so you can kind of see where we would use this. So this person right here clearly didn't get theirs. But I can hover over somebody and it tells me, so this person only ran an LRP of 15 points. So when I'm trying to help this person get their power 3, I might go to that person and say, hey, if you process a 100-point order this month, you might get your power 3. And then we can look down here and see this person placed a 70 PV order. So if that person only ordered 30 more PV this month, you would have qualified for your $50 power 3. So this person didn't qualify because she didn't place her order and she only had 2 people. But I can find this person right here to process 70 points. If I can get that person to place another order of 30 points, and this person to place an order that qualifies them with 100 points, then they got their $50 power 3. So that's how I use this for strategy. So the full detail shows you everyone, and when you hover over them, you can see how much they ordered. This person ordered a 12-point LRP order. If we can get that order up to 100 points, then it would turn purple, and she'd be qualifying for her power 3. So that's how you use the power 3 stuff in your dashboard. Now over here on the right, we have all these quick reports, and this is actually what spurred this training. Because one of my people were like, hey, I click on my quick reports and nothing happens. And I don't know why that is. Here's what I'll tell you about the doTERRA back office, guys. There are some problems with it. And corporate knows that. And we all could do better off to not complain about the problems in our back office and just understand that it's a work in progress. So doTERRA knows. So if you see, so this company, there, if you look at the bottom, it says powered by InfoTrax. Just so you know, a little bit of heads up to help support the company. InfoTrax is a company that created a back office system for multi-level marketing companies. And they sell it to doTERRA, and we're on their platform. They are not equipped to manage 9 million people's volume and what's happening. So doTERRA overwhelmed their platform very quickly, which is why we had to get a new shopping system. And it is in the works to get a new back office as well. But I want you to imagine, if you will, what it would be like for an IT person, an IT system, to have to change and load a brand new IT system while 9 million people are still maintaining an active status on that. We're gonna have problems. We're gonna have hiccups. It maddens me that my volume doesn't update in real time, and that's where we're at right now until we can get it fixed. So my request from you on behalf of all my friends at corporate office is understand that we're in a growth phase with our back office, and it will get better, but right now we just need to be patient and work with what we got, okay? That's my soapbox for the day. So some of these reports may not work for everybody. Trust me when I tell you doTERRA is working on giving us a new back office that is going to be amazing. If you remember when we shopped to our new shopping system, there were some struggles for a while, some big struggles for a while. The shopping system is amazing now, and the back office is not so much. That's because we're still on the old system for the back office, and they're working on that. So just know it's coming. So if there's a complaint, work with corporate on it, but don't complain too loudly, guys, because they're trying to change this with 9 million people active on it. I can't even imagine what a nightmare that is. But in a real world, if this worked, if I wanted to see who's enrolled in my team in the last 3 months, I can click on this report over on the right, and there you go. It's going to show me all these people who were enrolled in the last 3 months, and I can kind of get a snapshot of what's going on with them. Do they have volume scheduled? So this person right here has $135 or 135 PV order scheduled for May. So I can look at that. Oh, that's me. So I can look at that and I can see what's going on with these quick reports. So these quick reports, let's say that I want to talk to let's say that I want to reach out. If you're using Back to Basics and you want to use a calling tree, I want to reach out to everybody in my office who placed it, or everybody on my team who's placed an order of $100 at least, but is not on LRP. I can click that little quick report and look at that. It didn't give it to me. So see, here's what I'm telling you guys. Sometimes these reports work, sometimes they don't. Let's see if I want to look at, oh, you know why? Because we're looking at last, you know what? I'll bet that's why. Let's look at last month, and I'm just curious if it'll change it. I want to look at people who are, let's say I want to look at people who have placed a 100-point order, but they didn't get their product of the month. There we go. Look at that. These people placed an order of at least 100 points, but they didn't get their product of the month. So I could reach out to these people or have their enrollers reach out to them and say, hey, do you know that if you just ordered a little bit more, that you'll get a free product every month? It's a great way to help boost your volume and use these tips and tools to help you with that. So I'll be honest with you, I don't use these quick reports much because I get everything from my detailed genealogy, which I'm going to teach you, but these quick reports are there, okay? All right, so let's look at the team tab. If you click on the team tab, there's a couple things here we want to look at. You know, I'm going to pull up my chat just so that I can see it while we're talking. Hang on, guys, really quick. Okay, so I'm not going to answer all these questions as they come up because I'm going to have to go through all this. Okay, so let's talk about the responsive back office because somebody saw that. I have the ability to use the responsive back office, and I'm not using that for this training because not everybody's in it. Anybody has the option to use it. It's there at the top. I don't use it because here's the truth. It just makes it prettier. I'm used to the old way I'm doing things. I'm kind of a creature of habit. So until we get a new back office, I don't want to learn something that's a temporary. The new back office is just pretty, but all of the same stuff is there, it just looks different, okay? So I'm going without the new back office. So now let's look at the team tab. I'm just gonna go through this whole thing to kind of give you an idea of what we're looking at. So let's start on the left side. If you wanna see your graphic tree, this is where you're gonna click on to go get it. If I wanna see my detailed genealogy, I'm gonna click on it there. I'm gonna go there later, so we're not gonna go there. My team map, this is kind of fun. If I wanna know where my team is on a map, and it really is just for fun, but there's ways you can strategize this. I can pull this up and I can say, oh my gosh, the first person on my team that enrolls someone in South Dakota is going to get a special prize for me because I want to be in all 50 states. The dark purple means that's where I have the majority of my people. You can see I'm darker in New York, in Arizona, where I live, California, Oregon, Texas. Those are my higher months. And I've got a few places where I don't have anybody. Let's say I want to look at the whole world. This is kind of cool. I can see where I have people all over the world. Kind of cool. All right, so let's say if I was doing Diamond Club, let's say, and if I was planning a Diamond Club trip to Michigan, I could go here and click on Michigan, and it's gonna pull me up a quick report that tells me everyone I have on my team in Michigan. So I can send them an email and say, hey guys, I'm coming to Michigan. Come see me, I'm gonna be there for Diamond Club. Or if I know that I'm going to Michigan and Diamond Club, I might wanna reach out to people and say, hey, I'm coming to Michigan. Would you like to host a class for me? That's how I use the team map, okay? So, let this reload. Sponsor changes. We all know about sponsor changes, maybe, maybe not. I just moved a whole bunch of people last night. So if you click on sponsor changes, it will tell you anyone who you have enrolled who's within their 14-day window to be moved. I can see here that Denise Lopez has 2 days left to be moved. I'm not gonna move her because I like where she's at. And to move her, all I gotta do is click on change sponsor placement, put the new sponsor ID number in there, I always click verify so that I can make sure it's going where I think it is, and then I click finalize and it's confirmed. Okay, I'm not gonna move her now, but that's where you would do it. So this is how you move people to a new place within their first 14 days. All right, when this loads, striking distance. Now this is something that I'm not real familiar with it. I don't use it a ton, but I've played with it a little bit. Okay, to me, if I want to see here, and because we're on the first day of the month, it's a little bit hard. So let's go to last month so you can see it. There's no volume this month, so we really can't see that. So I can see here that if I'm looking at a striking distance to, let's say, to Blue Diamond, okay? Because that's where I'm headed next. I can go here and see that I have, it tells you how I'm at 62% of hitting that rank. Okay, I'm a diamond and I'm at 62% of hitting that rank. It tells me how many executive legs, how many elite legs, how many premier legs, how many silver legs. I don't personally use striking distance because it's a little complicated to me, so I don't use it. But if you're somebody who likes to play with the computer and learn that, it's there. And what it does is it tells you how close are you to hitting something. I personally prefer to use the rank tracker. And the rank tracker is something I've been playing with recently that's kind of cool, where I can go to it and tell it, okay, if I want to hit diamond, and you can tell it here, and you can actually name. So I'll show you. I'll name, so Joe Monkman is one of my people, one of my qualifiers. I'll type him in. I can select him. And then I can go under him, and I can select who his 3 elites are. And then I can generate a report that tells me how close all of my people are at any time to the rank that we're working on this month. So if this was a month that I was wanting to go blue, I go into my rank tracker. I would tell it I'm going blue diamond. Okay, here, I'll make it easier. Let's go not quite so complicated. If I want to go premier, then I would go in it and tell it, here's my 2 executive legs that I want tracked. And I generate a report, and then that report would stay for the month and show me where my people are so that I don't have to sit and calculate it all the time. It's right here. Over here, there's this really cool little tool that says how to use rank tracker, and it will teach you how to use it. So I don't have to go through all the details about that myself. There's a little tutorial video right here that teaches you how to use it. So if you want to have a quick scan of where am I at with my rank this month, with my goal this month. So for instance, my goal this month is still not blue. My goal probably in June is going to be hitting blue diamond that month. I'll hit pull up my blue diamond on June 1st. I'll go into the rank tracker. I'll plug in all of my people. And for that month, the rank tracker will follow my people so that I can see where I'm at towards blue diamond at any given moment. Because you don't want to wait until the last week of the month to see how far you are from your rank. That's what the rank tracker is, and I think it's an incredible tool that they added in to our back office for us. And it's a fairly new tool, and it's pretty awesome. I don't know if I have to put it in once or twice. Yesterday, I went in to play with this, and my rank tracker that I put earlier in the month was still there. So I'm assuming that once you put it in, it's there for the month. But I don't mark my words on that. Again, I'm not a doTERRA IT expert, but I think so. All right, let's talk about placements. If you have any exception requests for placements, this is where they go. And here's what I'm going to tell you. I'm not going to teach you how to use exceptions requests right now because it's something that not everybody's going to need to know how to do. And if you need to do an exceptions request, your upline, your mentor, will help you place that placement because I'm not here to teach you how to do exceptions, so I'm not going to use that at all. So Rich, I just saw your question. Yes and no. A rank plan or something that, or an action plan or something we use on our team specifically, but if you're using your builder worksheets in the back to basics, it's the same thing. I think that you can use your rank tracker, but I think it's more, actually no, now that I'm thinking about it, you can't. Sorry, I'm gonna go all over the place. I'm a little bit ADD if you guys haven't figured that out. So the rank tracker is just gonna show you where you are in progress towards your rank. It's not gonna show you where upcoming LRPs are and all that kind of stuff. It's just gonna show you where you're at currently. Okay. So if you want to use the placements part of your team tab, that is for you to use with your enroller to help you with placements. That's not my job to teach you that. Okay. If you're ever curious about, let's say that you are somebody who started building your doTERRA business and you don't have much of an upline support and you really don't have someone helping you. You can go here to your team tab, click on this little button on the left that says Upline Listing, and it's going to show you who your upline is. And my advice to you is that so here's me, I'm Get Uncomfortable. All these are LLCs because they're all diamond or above. Normally you'll see people's names until you hit the diamond level. But let's say that I'm here and I don't have an upline helping me. I'm gonna reach out to the first person. So this would be my enroller, and then their enroller, and then their enroller, all the way up to Justin Harrison, which is Build doTERRA LLC. So I will call them up because I have a phone number and email, and I could say, hey, you know what? I'm on your team and I'm building and I don't have anybody helping me. Could you help me? So if you're looking for if you're looking for upline support and you don't have it, go to your upline listing, Start at the person closest to you and work your way up. And until you get to someone that says, absolutely, I will help you, you keep making those phone calls. Because if anybody even 12 levels down on my team called me and said they're not getting any help, I will make sure they get the help. And I think most diamonds would do that. So that's what the upline listing is. Okay, so now let's go to the middle piece here when it loads. Wow, I'm going to try to run through this so that we keep going. This might take some time. It always shows you 3 months glance of where you are your last 3 months. I can see, and this is something very exciting to me. So as you saw in my beginning screen, my team dipped down for a little while and I dropped some rank. We used to have 100 enrollments every single month on my team, and then it dropped down. Look at how close we were in April. I am so excited. Look at that. We almost doubled our enrollments between April and May, or March and April. So in March, my team enrolled 49 people. In April, they did 30 or 83 people. And guess what's really cool? You see that little hand? That means that's clickable. If I click that little thing that says 83 new members added to my team, guess what's going to happen? Let's just watch this and show you. It's pretty cool.
Can you share your screen?
I'm sorry?
Can you share your screen?
I am. Are you guys not seeing it?
I see you, not your screen.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, it's there.
All right.
I can see it.
Okay, thank you. You got me a little nervous. All right. Thank you for checking that, though. But yeah, mine is shared, so I don't know what's going on. But now you can see these were all the enrollments on my team this month. So if I want to go back and send them a welcome note or congratulate the people that had enrollments, that's a really great way to see it. Quick way to see who your enrollments are is just clicking that. Anytime you see that little clickable link, it will take you to some kind of report or something that's pretty cool to see. But at a glance, I can look here while this is loading, and I can see over on the right, it tells you how many people you have at each rank. I have 2 golds, I have a platinum, I have 12 silvers, I have 19 premiers, I have 91 elites, I have 45 executives. That's pretty cool. Over here, it tells you on the side, I have 874 wellness advocates, which is 29% of my team. I have customers, which are wholesale, or customers, which means retail, which I don't want them, but they're there. I don't like retail if you haven't figured that out. And here's my wholesale customers of 51% of my team. So that's just a good snapshot. I can see here at the bottom, all the countries where I have people. I have 48 people in Canada. I have 6 in Australia. I have 2 in Colombia. I have some in Venezuela. I have global access somewhere on here probably. So that's kind of cool where I can see where my team is. I can see how many people I have on each level. So this is just a quick snapshot of what you see in your business right here. Okay, now I'm going to take you to where the meat of what I use on a day-to-day basis is, and that is our Genealogy. So you can get to Genealogy in 1 of 2 places. Under Wellness Advocate Services, Genealogy, I can go to my detail, my summary, or my graphic tree, or I can click it over here. But before I get into too much, I want to take you somewhere where you can see if you go to Summary Genealogy, Summary Genealogy is going to give you something that a lot of people don't know. My account manager and I were just talking about yesterday, wondering why not a lot of people know this. So I'm going to show you this real quick. If you want to know what your team's personal retention rate is, you find it under your Summary Genealogy. And this could be eye-opening to even me because I don't look at this all the time. So let's see when it loads. It's going to take a little bit to load. Okay, so do you see this number right here? Percentage of active members? That's my retention rate, 51.6%. Now, in doTERRA, we talk about having a 65, 70% retention rate, right? And here's what I'm going to tell you. This retention rate is the number of people on my team who are actively ordering every month, which means I have work to do. So that's what I love about this number is it tells me, wow, we're a little bit lower than we should be. So I might run a LRP promotion on my team. I might do a little more education on why LRP is important. The lower that number is, the more education you need to be doing on loyalty rewards for your team. So that's where that number's at. So what that means is that I have a total of 2,224 people on my team and 1,100 of them in 49 placed orders last month. That's all that means, okay? It doesn't take it into the 3-month number that we get to get the general thing, but that tells me where I was this month. So that really helps me see where my team is this month and how I can help my team. So if that number's low, it means I need to do a little bit more education on LRP, which is a pretty cool thing to look. So I'm going to take you into my detailed genealogy first. This is where I spend the majority of my time. There's a lot of things you can do with detailed genealogy. And here's the deal. If you're a business builder, My advice to you is that you are in your genealogy every single day. Even if you're new and only have a few people, or if you have a huge team, you should know what's happening in your team at all times. So I'm going to teach you, first of all, what this screen looks like, how we fix it, how we adjust it, how we customize it. So I have my detailed genealogy set up exactly how I want to see it. But I'm going to teach you how to customize it. So right here in the middle, we have this column screen, okay? Right now, if you can see, what I look at every day is I want to see what kind of customer they are. D means distributor. That means a wholesale. That means a wellness advocate. W means wholesale customer, and a C means a retail customer. That's just MLM speak, how doTERRA translates it. I want to see their ID number. I want to see their name, their enroller, their sponsor, what date they enrolled. I want to see the last 3 months of their volume, when their next LRP is, what their next LRP volume is, what their next LRP date is, when the last order is, and then their contact information. That's how I set mine up, okay? You can set everything up. So that's a good question, Kelsey, and I'm going to look at that. So it really looks at your levels. So Kelsey says, my detailed genealogy only shows me. So I want to see what levels are you looking at. So I'm going to answer that question because that's important. So if you look right here in the top box, my number is here. You can look at the organization of anyone in your team. All you need to do is put their number in there and it shows you them. It filters them out from everybody else. I have mine set to show me levels 0 through 30. Basically, that's going to show me everybody 30 levels down on my team. So if I only have 0 to 1, let's show you what happens. And I update my report. It's only going to show you the people who are on my front line. Okay? So your levels, Kelsey, might be a little bit tweaked. You might see sponsor tree. So I'm going to go back to where I was so you can see. So we're going to work on that, and I'm going to try to help you figure that out. But I'm going to show you how to customize your detailed genealogy. I probably shouldn't look at questions because it's going to take me down rabbit holes. You can look at your sponsor tree or your enroller tree. Your sponsor tree is going to show you everyone. Your enroller tree is only going to show you people based on enrollment. So let me show you that. I never use enroller tree because I like having the sponsor tree. So by enroller tree, it's only showing me, based on enroller, not based on sponsor. Sponsor tree shows me everybody, and I want to see everybody, so that's why I put that in. You can also see, you can filter it by just wellness advocates, just customers, just wholesale customers, or just wellness advocates and wholesale customers. So if I wanted to not see my retail customers, I would just click this one, and that would show me just my retail customers. So now let me show you how to customize your columns, okay? So I could say, in fact, here, I'll just move everybody over there. And then I'm going to update my report just so you can see what happens. Right now, it's only going to show me member type and name because I just got rid of all those columns. So you can customize the columns you want. So you can see over here where it says available columns and displayed columns. So let's say that I want to see who their enroller is. I'm going to click it. I'm going to move it over into there. Do you see how it moved it over into the display column? I'm going to, let's say I want to see their phone number because I want to just be able to see that I can make phone calls to people. Okay? And let's say that I want to see their next LRP date because I want to call all the people who are not on LRP. Okay? I make sure that my display column shows me what I want to see. And then you can reorder these. This is kind of cool too. Let's say that I want to move their enroller name up to the top. I can do that. And it's going to reorder based on that. And then when I update my report, it's going to update my report based on what I just told it to display in the order that I told it to. So I can see that this is the name of the person. This is their enroller. This is what kind of customer they are. Here's their phone number. Here's their LRP. Now, here's the deal. I don't want to sort through all 2,659 people to find out who did an LRP and who didn't. So I don't know if you guys are familiar that when you're in Excel, you can reorder columns based on what the header is. You can do that here too. So I'm going to click on where it says next LRP PV, and that's going to resort my whole back office based on who has the highest LRP all the way down in order. And if I click it again, it's going to show me from the lowest to the highest. So now I can see here, none of these people have an LRP set up. So that was a really easy way for me to see who's not on LRP. And I can see that. Now, here's one trick that a lot of people ask is how can I take my stuff from my detailed genealogy, and put it into an Excel sheet. The cool thing about this is that you can just, because this is a table just like Excel uses, so I can select all of these columns. If I just select all these people, let's say I select, and I copy it using Control-C or Command-C if you're on Apple, then I open it up in Excel spreadsheet, I can paste this into an Excel spreadsheet exactly like this. So the question is, why are people showing up twice? That's enroller. That means that, oh, here, let me show you. I can filter this by enroller. So here I can see everybody that Omar enrolled. Okay, the reason why you're seeing multiple things here is because the enroller. Omar enrolled all these people. Good for him. Look at all these people. So if I want to look at just one person's enrollments and where are they on LRP, I can sort it like this. So this is a really good way for you to see, you can break down, when the detailed genealogy shows us everything, it's a little overwhelming. So I like to just have it show me what I want to see. Now here's the deal. If let's say you saw what columns I had set up for me. I'm not going to do it because I don't want to change mine, but after you have your column set up how you want to see it forever, if you go over here and click Save Default, it will save that default for you, that now from now on, like if I save default right now, every time I log in, all I would see is the enroller, the member name, the type, the phone number, and the LRPPV. I want to see what I had before, so I'm not going to click resave because it'll make me go back and do all that again. But when you get your column view set up how you want to see it, click Save Default, and it will show you every single time you log in from now on, it will show you the columns that you want to see. Does that make sense, everybody? So I can show you an example here is if I go back to detailed genealogy again, since I didn't save that, it should show me, there you go. It took me back to my default, which is where I want to see it. So I do this because I want to plan some things. So I want to know, if I want to know, let's say that I log in today and I want to know who enrolled somebody yesterday. I can click on enrollment date and it's going to resort my whole column based on enrollment date, and it's going to give me the oldest first. So I'm going to click it again and it's going to give me the newest first. So here's a new enrollment that came in yesterday. So I can look at, let's see, oh wow, look at this. So all of these were all my people that got enrolled yesterday. So now I can reach out and congratulate my enrollers for all these enrollments that they got yesterday. That's how I see who enrolled people on I used to report every single day who enrolled people on my team. I might go back to doing that again because it's kind of fun. But that's how you can see the most recent enrollments. And then because the way I have it set up, it can see that Liz Rizzo enrolled Donald Lambo with a 70 PV order. So congratulations, Liz, you got a new enrollment and this is here. Now here's something kind of cool. If you see these little red circles, those are retail customers. Those are the people I don't like. Not that I don't like them because I love them. I don't want retail customers. I want wholesale customers because that's what builds a residual income. Retail customers is a great way to haul buckets for doTERRA. And you can see that their PV was italicized with that little caret mark next to it. That means that that's a retail order. Okay, so that's how you can see retail customers. So that's how I use my detailed genealogy. So let's say that I want to see, all right, tell you, okay, so here's one way that I use it in a strategy that Molly Dayton taught me, and I absolutely love it. I want to see just what my frontline people are doing because I don't want to have to dig through everybody. I can change my levels to 1 and 1. And when I do that, when I update my report, now it's only showing me people on one level all the way across. So I can go here. Let's say I'll go to Liz. Liz is one. Okay, so Liz just hit silver for the first time last night. Super exciting. So yesterday, while I was trying to see how close she is, because I have it set as 1 and 1, when you see that little arrow in a circle next to somebody, that means they have a downline. So if I click Liz's little circle arrow, that takes me to seeing everybody on her front line because I still have it set to only 1 and 1. Now I could see yesterday, so here's the deal. We're waiting on a reactivation to hit so it doesn't show her hitting. So let's just pretend this is yesterday. I log in here and I can see, okay, this person hit elite. This person's hit elite. Oh my gosh, she is less than 200 points away from elite on this leg right now. Oh my gosh, what can we do to get those 200 points? This is what our day was yesterday. Once that reactivation hits, which it will today, they reactivated with a 200-point order. That's going to knock her over elite. But this is where I can just see each person and their qualifiers instead of having to go through my whole team. Molly Dayton taught me this, and I use it every single day. So by checking my levels to 1 and 1, I can only see people's front lines. So if I'm going through my organization and seeing who's short of a rank this month, that's where I check it, easier than anywhere else. There's all these tools like the back office planner and all that. I just like to do it this way because it's easy for me. This is how I can look and see today what's happening to this person in their organization. Yesterday, I used this a million times to see where my people were coming close to their rank. So if you have somebody like yesterday, Liz was close to hitting silver, this was how I got to see how close is she in a real quick nutshell. So that's how I use it. This is the most common thing I do in my back office. Thank you, Molly Dayton, if you're watching. I'm sure you're not because you're a back office guru, but that helped me. So getting the levels down to 1 and 1 shows me who's on my front line, and it really, really, really helped me a lot. Okay. Somebody asked, what's the envelope? That is, I can click on this, and here's the deal. I'm going to show you this. This is a good thing that somebody asked. That doesn't show you the email address. That allows me to send them a message, a private message. But here's what I'm going to tell you. Don't ever do this because it doesn't work. I'll tell you what doesn't work about it. This sends them a message in their doTERRA back office. It doesn't send them an email. If you guys will notice, and here's, I'm going to point this out because this is kind of funny. I'm just going to teach you. I'm going to follow a squirrel. Do you see right here on my team tab, I have this action item? Tell me when you see this. On December 8th, 2014, I sent my enroller a message in the back office saying, tell me when you see this. Guess what? I've never heard from her. She's never seen it. We have the ability to message people in our back office, and it's awesome. It's this message center right here. But you can only see it in your back office. So if you're not used to sending messages to your team in your back office, don't use that. Because if you do it, you're thinking of sending them in an email. They're never going to answer it. You thinking they're ignoring you. That's what that is, and it doesn't work because people aren't. Actually, I should rephrase that. It does work. It works beautifully if you're checking your message center in your back office. It doesn't message them to their email. It messages them to their back office. So unless your team is trained to do that, don't do it. Okay, I'm looking if there's anything else. Yes, this is being recorded. If there's anything else here that I can, so here's the deal, guys. You can reorder. What if I want to know, okay, so here you go. Let's say Jessica Bozick. I hope you don't mind if I pick on you. I know you're on the call. I'm going to use you. So I can look here and see Jessica's ID, okay? So I know that that's her ID number. So I can go up here into this focus ID number, and I'm going to put in her ID number, which is, I just saw it, 608638. Let's say that I'm planning for next month, which you all should have done last week. And I want to look at Jessica's a qualifying elite on my team, okay? And I want to help her plan how much LRP do you already have scheduled for next month. This is huge in how I use this. So now I'm looking at Jessica's entire team right here. And I can go to next LRP PV. Actually, I'll go to next LRP date. And I'm going to sort the screen by that. And it's going to give me youngest to oldest. I want it most recent to there. Okay. So now I can see that she already had her LRP process. Good job, Jessica. Woo, thank you. I like when they process early. But now I can see that there are some people here. Oh, I clicked on the wrong date. I'm sorry, next LRP date. I clicked on the wrong one. Next LRP date. Okay, so I can look here and see that all these people have LRPs scheduled to go in May. All the way, I'm going to highlight them so you can see which ones I'm looking at. All of these people have an LRP scheduled for May. And I can see how much their LRP PV is. So if I add up all the PV in the next LRP PV column, I can add up all that next LRP PV, and that tells me how much LRP is already scheduled to run on her team in May. And if she's working on Elite, I can take that total, I can subtract it from 3,000, and I know that that's where she's short. And that tells us how many classes we can have and how much volume she needs to make up for the month. So this is how I use this in planning. It's huge for me to plan out my next month, and this is how I do it. I go through every single qualifier on my team, and I help them plan out based on how much LRP they have scheduled, how much LRP they need to make up to hit their rank. And that really helps in planning every single month. So that's how I use this tool. And you can put in anybody in your back office. You can put in anybody's number in that little focus ID column or box. And when you update the report, it's going to show you just their team. It's a really good way to do it. So Melissa asked, don't everybody always change their PV? Yes and no. If you have your team trained right, I teach my team, go in and set your LRP for next month. And as soon as the process is going and try to get an idea for next month, that way you don't have any surprises. However, so to answer Melissa's question, that scheduled PV is not going to be a 100% guess, but it's going to be pretty close because most people schedule their LRPs about the same. The only exceptions to that are when we do this after 200 PV promo month. A lot of people's old PV is still in there. But at least it gives you a better chance of guessing what you've got coming in than nothing. Because if I went in blind, I wouldn't know how much I have. But at least this gives me a vague idea of what is coming on. And yeah, it will change a little bit, but it's going to give me a pretty good idea on what they've got coming in. So that's the #1 way that I use my detailed genealogy. I'm going to put back my number again so that I can pop up my people. And then it also gives me a good glance where I can see, okay, so let's say here, let's look this. I'm going to go to my 1 and 1 again, okay? So I'm just going to look at my front line. And the reason why I have it set to show me my last 3 months is because I can really easily now, let's say that I'm helping Liz plan, because last month was a BOGO month, all right? So last month was a BOGO month, and we all know that BOGO months are going to elevate our volume a little bit more than normal, okay? So I'm going to go to Liz's because I want to take a look at it just because she's a good example because she just hit silver, okay? She's what we call a BOGO silver. She hit silver on a BOGO month. So I can look here that in April, she had one leg over 3,000, another leg over 3,000, and this leg will be once that reactivation hits. So she hit it in April. But that was a BOGO month. Our volume's a little elevated in a BOGO month. So let's look at a real month, which would be a March. Oh, she only had 1,300. So that means that this leg probably isn't a solid elite, but she hit it in a BOGO month, which means the ability is absolutely there. But that helps me plan on which legs do we need to maybe offer a little bit support to help Liz hit it this month. And then I can see this leg, rock solid, hit 3,000 every month. So that leg is a pretty solid elite. But this leg again here, a little bit short. So I know now in planning for May that those 2 months those 2 teams might need a little bit extra help, okay? So I'm seeing some questions, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm not gonna answer them because this isn't about back office. Those are questions you need to answer for your upline. I don't wanna get caught up in that kind of stuff. I only wanna show you back office. So I'm gonna ask you guys, if you're having questions about LRPs and all that, please don't ask it in the chat. Go ask your mentor or somebody else, or I can ask you, and I can answer. I'm happy to answer you from when we're done, okay? I just wanna focus on back office stuff right now. Okay. So we understand now that you can customize your columns to be whatever you want. And you can also filter. Let's say that I only want to see people in my back office who are elite. I can filter based on that. I don't want to do that because I don't want to change anything up. But you can filter your back office to show you only things as well. So let's say, here, let's do it. Let's say that I only want to see, let's say that I want to see who do we have that are executive working on elite. Now I've got a lot of that because we're volume. I want to go something that's a little more practical. Okay, let's say that I want to see only my silvers because I'm working on blue diamond. So I want to help my silvers see who's going to get to gold. Okay, so I want to filter by just my silvers, and I'll be honest with you, I don't filter very often, so I'm not going to guarantee this is going to work. But we're going to try. Oh, sorry, I still have it set for 1 and 1. Look at that. See, I'm learning too. Okay. So if I filter to show my whole organization now, that filter's not working. Oh, you know why? Because we're looking at volume this month. That's why. It's only showing me volume this month. So that's not going to work. Okay, lesson learned. Look at that. I learned something too. If I was looking at this at the end of a month, it would show me where my people are and where they're at, and that's a good way to do it. So I'm just going to ignore that, and we're going to go from there. I don't use filters a lot. It's just what I don't use. Okay, let's go to graphic tree. I used to use graphic tree all the time. I just somebody asked where they're going to see the recording. If you'll scroll up through the chat, somebody put my Facebook link on there, and that's where I'm going to be posting the recording, and I'll be posting that for diamonds to use as well. So this is your graphic tree. Now let me tell you just a fun little anecdote about my graphic tree. When I was brand new, I think I was a premier, I went to my diamond, my enroller, who was a blue diamond. Actually, she was a diamond at the time. And she was teaching me this, and she logged in, and I saw her diamond graphic tree pop up and look like this. And I said, oh my gosh, I said, I hope someday I can scroll. That was like my goal. I want to be able to scroll across multiple screens. And I will never forget, probably one of the most exciting days of my doTERRA business was the day that I logged into my graphic tree and it took up more than one screen and I had to scroll. And let me tell you guys, it happened like in a blink of an eye. It was pretty exciting. So graphic tree, you can set up to show you as many levels as you want. I set it to show me 4 levels, and you can adjust that by clicking right here where it says tree configuration. And I want to see, you can put in anybody on your team here, and I'll show you that in a minute. I want to see 4 levels down, and I want to see the medium people because I'm a little bit hard of, I've got progressives, I'm old. I could actually make it to say large too, and that's kind of funny here. Let me show you what it looks like. So if they're large, this is what I'm going to be in a couple years when I'm really wearing my progressives. I'm going to see a larger tree. Okay, it's just easier to see. Okay, and how many levels I want to see. But let's say that I am wanting to see just one. Let's see. Let's say that I want to see, I'm going to pick on you. Let's say I'll go Liz, Elizabeth Rizzo. So I'm going to type in just her first name. Oh, I misspelled it. And I'm going to let it sit here for a second, and it's going to find her for me. Oh, it's not, there we go. And I can click there. Now her number is in there, not mine. And if I click update, now it's going to show me her tree. So when I'm working with my team and I want to look at their tree and help them strategize and figure out what they want to do, I just want to see their tree. I don't want to see my tree because it's too much, it's too overwhelming. Is there a way to default to this level? I don't believe there is a way to do a default. I wish there was, but there's not. So you're just going to have to go in and adjust it, I believe. I only see 4. I always only see 4, so I don't ever want to see that. So I don't know. So here's the deal. It's going to show you the first person on top, and it's all color-coded. She's a premier. That's going to turn silver by the end of the day today, and I'm so excited. Here's what you want to look for in your graphic tree, guys. You want to look for circles. Circles mean they're on LRP of 100 points or more. Square means they're LRP of less than 100 points. So Jessica Bozick, good thing you're on the call. I'm going to show you what a great example why we want to see this. I can look right now and I can say, this person has a square, which means they're on an LRP under 100 points. That's a phone call. If Jessica, if you weren't on this call right now, I'd pick up my phone right now and I would call you and I'd tell Jessica, oh my gosh, Jessica, your LRP is set to be under 100 points. What that means is that if you enrolled someone today or this week, or any of your people did, you're not going to get a fast start check. That LRP order needs to always be 100 points. So see, Jessica just said, perfect example. She placed an LRP order, and this is so important after LRP weeks, guys, or after BOGOs, that we go in and make sure that our people are back to 100-point LRPs. This is a perfect example. Thank you for being a good example, Jessica. Her LRP is always at 100 points. But right now I look at it and I can see, oh my gosh, it's not. I need to call her because she's going to miss out on a fast start check if it's not. This is what a great thing to see is. So you don't want to see squares, guys. Squares means they're on LRP, but they're under 100 points. That doesn't count towards power 3. So I would look here and I would say, okay, here's the person right here. I might reach out to this person and say, what can we do to help educate this person on LRP so that they can become a circle? Because that's going to help Jessica get her power 3. So I want to look at all of these. When I'm strategizing with one of my builders, I go here and look at, okay, where are your squares? Because here's something else, guys. When you're looking at hitting a new rank, I'll use Liz as an example. This was her. So we were looking under this leg over here on how to get it to elite yesterday. One of the first things I said is, why don't we first go through and see who is placing small orders? Maybe we can help them bump their order this month. Maybe we can help someone get on LRP and make it solidified. This, just looking at a visual, is how I can do that. If they're circles, they're golden. If they're squares, I want to help them learn about LRP. I want to teach them about our consumable products to help them learn that th're already buying deodorant at the store. Why don't they buy it from doTERRA instead? They're already brushing their teeth. Let's get it from doTERRA instead. That's the education I'm going to go. Okay, so green means they're wholesale customers. Purple means they're wellness advocates. And then the colors start changing as they hit rank. So I can see here that she's got these yellows. Those are elites. So our goal now, tomorrow, or by the end of the day, Liz is going to be silver. I'm excited about that. But my next goal is to get her to gold, which means that I want these 3 people to be purple as premiers, that kind of hot pink color. So now we're working on that. So when I log in at a glance, I can see where people's ranks are just based on what color they are, and it helps me strategize. If I hover over somebody, it shows me a little highlight. So I'm going to just keep picking on you, Jessica, because I know you're here and you're a good sport. If I hover over Jessica, it shows me her highest rank is elite. It shows me who her enroller was by an ID, her next LRP when it's scheduled to be, what her last LRP was, and what her OV is. So remember, we're early in the month, so her OV is going to be kind of low. So that helps me just kind of have a glance without having to click and follow through somewhere and see where she's at. But if I do click on her, it's going to open up a little window. And this little window is going to show me a few things. Melissa, that's a great question. I'm going to answer it in just a second. It's going to show me just a quick snapshot of where she's at right now. Where she's at on her Power 3, where she's at on her rank this month. That's a really quick snapshot, so I don't have to go digging for it. If I click on Wellness Advocate information, that's now going to take me and show me all of her stuff. If I want to know where her last 3 months were, where she's at, where her rank is, who enrolled her, all that, that's where I'm going to see that. And then if I just click the back arrow on my browser, it's going to take me back to the other screen. And here's the glitch on the graphic tree. It's going to take me back to my graphic tree, not Liz's. So her ID is still in here, so I just need to update it again. So while that's updating, I'm going to answer Melissa's question. Isn't it easier to use graphic tree instead of detailed genealogy? Until you're about a gold, absolutely. Graphic tree is where I spent all of my time when I was newer, before I had a huge team. And now I just find it easier. And actually what happened is they changed the graphic tree and I got mad. And as a rebellion, I went to the detailed genealogy and then they brought the graphic tree back to where it used to be. And now I come back and I'm happy again. But when there's a lot of people, then it's really hard for me to see things easily without narrowing it down to the target IDs. So once my organization grew bigger, detailed genealogy just became easier for me. But seeing things in a nutshell, just a real quick, I want to glance at something, then looking at my graphic tree is definitely easier. So Melinda asked, is there a way to see my volume before 3 months ago? No, there's not. It's just one of those things that is, this back office can't keep that much data. So if you want to know that, you call your account manager or you call customer service, they can look it up for you and give that information. You can call customer service anytime and say, hey, can you tell me what my volume was last year, this month? And they'll look it up for you and they'll tell you. But we can't see that on our own. It's just a lot easier. Okay. Thank you, Joe. If I want to see the highlight section, I've never used that. Wow, look at that. I'm learning something. Joe's one of my people and he's teaching me something. I don't know how to do that. But if I want to see just loyalty rewards, I can highlight just people who are on loyalty rewards. And that just makes it really easy for me to see in a nutshell. So you can highlight different things based on that. If I want to see just people who are new, and I don't know how new that means within the current month. Okay, so look, if I see new members right now, it's going to show me nobody because they were in a new month. Or if I want to see active people, I like that. Active means members who have placed an order within the last 2 months or within the current month. That's something you might want to highlight once in a while. So if I click active people, that's just going to show me people who have ordered in the last 2 months. And that's going to help me see where some things need to change. But because we're in a brand new month, it's not showing me this month. So see where that is. So I get a little bit tricky when I look at dig at stuff like this. Okay. I'm trying to look at other things. Mailing labels. Let's look at mailing labels. So if you go to Wellness Advocate Services, mailing labels, I have used this on occasion, and it's good. If I want to mail something, and let's say I want to download something to an Excel sheet that I can do a mail merge, and I'm not going to teach you how to do all that, to send letters to people, I can actually tell doTERRA, can you send me a mailing label of everybody in my entire organization, or if I want to see just wellness advocates, or if I want to see everybody except for this leg, I can do that. So I can tell it what I want to see. So right now, let's just say I want to see everybody. I can click Update Report, and here, and what it's going to do, it's going to update for whatever I set it, and then I'm going to tell it create mailing labels. Now what that's going to do is that's going to download a CSV file for me of everybody in my organization with their mailing information, and then I can use that in Excel to send a mailing to everybody. I'm not going to open that because mine's too big, but if you have a small team, it's just a really easy way to do that. But here's what I do, and I'll give you my shortcut for that because it's a little complicated. I go to my detailed genealogy, and let's say that I want to send everybody on Liz's team an email. Then I'm going to go in here and I'm going to put in Liz's number, 493644. I'm going to update the report, show me everybody on her team. And I already put in the fields their contact information. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this whole thing. I'm going to paste it into an Excel sheet, and now I have their addresses right there. But here's the deal. Okay, if she had more than 130 people, so then I would have to go in. Actually, let me show you this because some people might want to know this. I'm going to go to mine just so you can see. If I'm exporting my back office into an Excel spreadsheet, which honestly, oh, I did wrong. I recommend that you do this once in a while, guys, because after a year, people fall off your tree and you won't have their contact information. So every 6 months or so, I go in and I just highlight and copy everybody on my tree. I hit copy, I go into Excel, I hit paste. But then I have to go up here to the top and go to the next 200 people and do the same thing there. And it takes a minute. But a couple times a year, I take my entire detailed genealogy and put it in an Excel spreadsheet that has their contact information in it, so that if people fall away and I can't find them, now I have access to them and I keep that file somewhere. One of the things that I use. Okay, I'm just gonna try to look real quick. I think I pretty much covered all of the things that I use a lot of to help me plan and strategize my business. So from here, I'm gonna go ahead and go to the chat and just see what questions we had that I can answer. So if you have any questions that I haven't answered, could you throw them in chat real quick? And I'm just gonna scroll through here. I can't even talk today. This has gone way, this is crazy. Sorry, I'm so scatterbrained, guys, and all over the place. I hope this helped. Oh, Medford, Oregon. I love Medford, Oregon. Hey, Lois, I love Medford. It's one of my favorite places in the world. I've got a small team growing there, and I'm very excited. All right, let me keep scrolling down for questions. You know, it's better if I scroll up. Where can you see if you received empowerment bonus? Thank you. So somebody did say that about empowerment bonus before. I don't believe there's a place to see your empowerment bonus because it's a bonus they added after this back office got set up for. You can't really see like if you're getting it, but you can click on your, so let's say that I want to see if I got the empowerment bonus last month. I can click on the little circle on my last month's check. It's going to download my report and it's going to show me here. You know what? I'll show you guys one of these. Let me download one so you can see. And I don't know how the screen share works. If I open this, can you guys see the new PDF that pops up? Can somebody just say yes or give me a thumbs up? Okay, cool. All right, so if I go to the top here, it shows me my bonuses, but if I go all the way to the bottom of my report, I think that's where you'll see it. Okay, yep, right here, perfect. This is my bonus summary right here. So it shows me what my unilevel was, what my Power 3 was, what my leadership performance bonus, and see empowerment bonus right here. So if I got the empowerment bonus right now, it would show it right here. So if you want to go back and see what your empowerment bonus was, then you can do that. So I use this a lot because let's say, here's the deal. Like I'm getting ready to push blue and I want to know what's my blue diamond bonus going to be. I'm going to call one of my friends who's a blue diamond. They're going to look on their report and they're going to tell me how much that blue diamond bonus was last month so I know exactly what it's going to be. Or as a diamond, when one of my people hits Premier, I get an extra share of the diamond performance bonus. So right now I can look at this and say, wow, if I help somebody hit Premier this month, last month my diamond performance bonus was $1,346. That's an extra $1,300 into my check. So what I do for my people is I say, hey, when you hit Premier, I'm going to give you $1,000. It's a great motivation for them, and I take that check and I give it to them. That's what I do. It's kind of cool. So this is where you can see a breakdown of your whole check. Oh, link generator. Thank you. I'll show you that in just a minute. What's the difference between my back office and the paid version? Don't use the paid version, people. I'm just going to tell, oh, I didn't mean to stop that. Sorry. I can just tell you, I did the paid version when I first started with doTERRA, and it was so complicated and overwhelming, and there was too much to see. So don't use I would just say don't. It really doesn't give you the paid version. Again, that's an iTracks thing. It's not a doTERRA thing. It's something that they have in there that they give you extra features, and the features that you get with the paid version with doTERRA, our back office really isn't worth it. How did I get that PDF? If you can look on my screen right now, in where my primary bonus history is, if I go to my last month's check, there's a little dot. And if I click on that dot, it downloads that PDF for my earnings summary. And your accountant might, so here's the other thing too. My accountant might say, Roger, I need to have your earnings summary for last December. I can click on that and download it for them now. If it's beyond this, I have to get it from my account manager. But that your accountants might want that. In fact, it might be something good for me to do now that I have a bookkeeper who's really on me to download this and get it to her every month so she can help me out. That's how that helps. If I want to see where my Power 3 came from, or I'm sorry, my Fast Start check for the day, I can click my Fast Start check right here. Now I want to point something out, guys. One reason why I love this little graph, if you'll see right here, these 2 Power 3 bonuses that I had that were 0, I have never, ever since my very first day in doTERRA, never gone a week without a Fast Start bonus. So those 2 weeks were when the pandemic hit. So my first thought was, oh, the pandemic hit. Nobody bought anything last week. That must have been, and I didn't even think about it. But then 2 weeks later, one of my upline noticed that my LRP was showing under 100 points because I had placed an order for something, a special we were having, and I forgot to go in and fix it. So I didn't get that check. Luckily, doTERRA will let you file a claim one time to go back and get past checks. I have somebody else on my team today. I logged in their back office and saw that she hadn't gotten that check for 2 weeks. So I said, oh my gosh, your LRP is 100 points. You missed out on these checks. So that's a really great way to see that. Somebody asked about link generator. Okay, so if we go back to when we first log into doTERRA, thank you, because this is a really cool thing and I love that they gave us this. When you first log in, go under your account profile. And under here, you'll see link generator. And I love this thing. So you can send somebody a link. If you want to educate someone, you can send someone a link to any specific, let's say I want to send them something about Copaiba. I can go here, I can select Copaiba. I can generate a link. And if they click on this link, and I can shorten it, which I like to send them, I send them this link. And and they can go to that link and they can learn all about Copaiba. And if they decide to buy Copaiba from that link, it will automatically show up under me. But I don't ever tell people to do that because that's retail. So if I ever send somebody a link, I tell them browse and look at this, but don't order anything because I'm going to save you 25%. Call me back after you look at it and I'll help you save 25%. That's how I do that. That's education. doTERRA gives us an amazing way to educate people with those link generators. If I have somebody who says, I really want to buy a bottle of Adaptive and I don't want to order, I don't want to be a wholesale customer, I don't want to do that, I will send them a link to buy at retail, but I tell them I'm only going to do this for you one time. After that, you have to buy wholesale because I want to save you money. So if this works for you, and I'll give you a perfect example. I had a guy tell me, I don't want to sign up. I don't want to be a wholesale member. I just want to try out TryEase. I want to try out a TryEase and see if it works. So I went here. I went to generate link for a guest bag. I typed in TryEase. I added it here. I generated the link. I shortened it because I don't like long links. I sent him this link and he bought a bottle of TryEase. A week later, he sent me a text that says, you've changed my life. How do I sign up as a wholesale customer? That's the only time I will ever send somebody a retail link, is if they insist that they want to try it and they will not open a wholesale account without trying it first. I'll tell them, okay, I'll send you one time. I'm not going to do it again. One time. That's just my own thing because I don't like retail customers because it doesn't build a pipeline. They're not retail. They're not building a pipeline, guys. Okay, so what if I have somebody who wants to sign up? I go to sign up, generate link. It automatically comes with me as the enroller. I can change the sponsor. There's only one of my people that I know their number by heart. So I can click that and I can change the sponsor. Okay, did everybody see how I did that? Underneath me, it said change sponsor. I put in their number. I hit verify to make sure who it is. Tells me who it is, and then I continue. So now any person who I send this link to, I'm going to be the enroller and Christopher will be the sponsor. I continue. I decide whether they want to be a wholesale customer or wellness advocate. I decide what kit they want. I only like to sell natural solutions kits, so that's why I'm going to go here. And let's say they want an extra bottle of Adaptive on top of that. So I'm going to add that. Oh, let's say they want a whole extra kit because their teenager needs it. So I can add that in. I can build an entire enrollment cart right here. I can see it's 470 PV. That's going to give me lots of good points to be a founder, which I'm going to be. And then I'm going to shorten that URL. I'm going to send that to them. And when they use that link, they're going to enroll themselves with me as their enroller. Now, here's the deal, guys. And I'm just going to give you a little tip from me. About 70% of the people that I send this to do it right then. Some people don't. My preference, if somebody wants to enroll, my preference is get on the phone with me and let's enroll you. The only time I'm going to send someone a link is if I know that they are so busy they're never going to get me on the phone. And if I follow up with them right away, okay, I'm going to send this to you. Email me or text me when you've done it so I know. Give them some accountability, because a lot of people you send this link to, they're busy. This isn't a priority for them. And especially if it's the last day of the month and I need that 470 points to get me to a rank, and I send them the link, they don't know the urgency behind this. So I'm going to say, call me on the phone and let me do this with you over the phone, because it's a lot easier. But if I have to send them a link, I always tell them, text me when you're done so that I know it's done. I give them some accountability to make sure they do that. Okay. All right, does anybody else have any questions? If you have somebody doing Diamond Club, they just need the Diamond Club code. You just need to get the code from your Diamond Club person and tell them, and this is the thing, is you have to tell them, when you check out, you have to put this promo code in the box. It won't let you set up the link generator with that, to my understanding. Is there a way to look up someone's name and see where they are on my tree? Yes, good question. All right, thank you, Steve. So I'm going to go back to my office. And for any of you, if you want to stick around and hear this, cool. If not, anybody can go, and I'm just answering questions now, and this will still be in the recording. So if I want to look them up, I'm going to go to my detailed genealogy. That's the easiest place for me, okay? That's where I use it. And up here, I can do a search. So let's say that I want to look up Jessica Bozick, because she's been on the call and I've been picking on her. I'm going to type in her name, Jessica. You want to type in first name or last name. If it's not spelled right, it won't find her. I'm going to go through all of my Jessicas, and I'm going to find Jessica Bozick. There she is. I'm going to click on her. And when I click on her, it's going to automatically generate the new report that shows her information. And I can see that here she is. She was enrolled by Liz Rizzo. Her sponsor is Liz Rizzo. And that's the easiest way to find people on your team. If you want to see where they are on your graphic tree, there's no way to search your tree by name. So you search it in detailed genealogy, and then it tells you where they're placed, and then you can go find that person on your tree and know where they're placed. Okay. I don't use Enroll Pro, Nancy, so I can't tell you that. Enroll Pro has tutorials. I've been looking at Enroll Pro. I just don't use it yet, so I can't tell you that. Okay, is there any other questions that I have not missed that anybody's dying to get an answer on according to the back office? Yeah, you can also use Control F. That's not a back office feature. That is a Microsoft or a Windows feature. So let's just say that's a good idea too. If I have this whole thing here, Control F is a Windows feature. If I do Command F or Control F, it'll help me find. So if I type Jessica, it'll help me find all the Jessicas that are on this page as I scroll through. But if there's a lot of them, you can see I've got 35 Jessicas on this page. So I like to filter them that way instead. Okay. Thank you. Lee said it right. Don't be afraid to click buttons, guys. I learned all this because I literally spent days just playing in my back office. You can't break anything. Play with it, see what you have. I hope this helped people. I hope this gave you some tips, some skills, some help. I'm just here to help, and I hope you guys got what you needed. So I did not expect this to go so long, but I'm glad that you guys got your information. I will be posting the recording as soon as I get it uploaded to YouTube. It will be on my personal Facebook page, my business page, which I'm going to put in the link again just so everybody has it. Oh. And I'm also going to be sharing on the diamond pages, so your diamonds will be able to reach it and anywhere else. But I'll be posting it there if anybody wants to find it. So with that, you guys are amazing and wonderful, and I appreciate you all being here with me and spending part of your day. You guys have a beautiful day. Now go home and sit down and strategize how you're going to be in the Founders Club, because that's what I'm doing as soon as I hang up the phone. You guys are awesome. Have a beautiful day, everybody. Bye-bye.